Joe, which fittingly, FalcoJoe does in fact play Falco. Here we go, though. And yeah, HoldMyPockets. I believe I saw him earlier playing some friendlies, and yeah, the Mega Man with the Mega Man shirt on as well. Really, both these players really repping their characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. As you mentioned, neither of these characters, ones we see consistently in the metagame, but still enough that we're, I think, familiar with how they play in the variety of playstyles. Mega Man gonna look for this dink and dunk playstyle, movement damage, and then a huge explosive item combo or some such. Whereas on the flip side, right, Falco gonna either just try and F-tilt you to the edge, look for an edge guard, or just blow you up from start to finish.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that Joe here has the experience with the Falco. I mean, we were seeing the up tilt combos really come through. I mean, that's just the the bread and butter when it comes to Falco, right? So it's gonna be interesting seeing how this game starts off. So far, a little bit of a lead for HoldMyPockets, but obviously FalcoJoe very much in this game. Oh, here we go though. A little bit of combo there. Again, solid 20%. And I believe.
Like the
oh yeah, as you're saying.
No, I was gonna say, I just like the pressure low with that laser forcing you to limit the route back to stage, my friend. But now it's gonna be lemon time, finding those pellets and the crash and that down air, her knuckle to set up the pressure to then flying up that F smash, right? And
oh, the jab reset.
HoldMyPockets is locking this down right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, HoldMyPockets is holding it down pretty well. I mean, getting a bit extra credit, getting that solid KO. I mean, this has got some pretty interesting implications, you know what I mean? I mean, as you can see right here, both of these players are like the greatest players in the world, but it's always nice seeing these competitors out here. Winner is going to be facing WebJP, so this is a very interesting set to watch for sure. Oh, actually able to get the down tilt right there. Here we go. I mean, FalcoJoe close to a KO, but just not able to secure it just yet.
Not able to find it, just kind of undershooting some of these. But while you might not find the reward, you also don't have the risk. That one, though, right? When you do the flip side, the overextension is gonna cost the stock.
Yeah.
Now running out of leg room to work with is FalcoJoe, but at least gonna get on the board.
Yeah, he's gonna get on the board, but HoldMyPockets was a huge statement right there. The big punch. I mean, we've seen people like MPG and other great Mega Mans of the like get that kind of stuff off. It's really a huge just momentum shifter, right? And this is kind of like one of the more intangible things about Smash Bros. Is that certain moves, they just hit hard in terms of just like the amount of base that they have when they hit you, right? So there's just almost like a mental momentum shift, right? So
They're
yeah,
doing a really good job, right, keeping this one locked up, as you mentioned, with that flowing pace back and forth. One of the best things you've been forced to try and get an edge on your opponent when you're behind early is to change that pace of play drastically. And FalcoJoe's done a good job at least forcing the attempt, but now HoldMyPockets is starting to adjust, and if you're FalcoJoe, you need to find a new trick and fast.
yeah, for sure. I mean, right now it is looking very good for HoldMyPockets too. Is really sticking to this mid-range. I feel like Falco, is a character with all those good combos, but doesn't really have the burst options that you really want and doesn't have that speed. And as a result, the mid-range game has been immaculate from HoldMyPockets. Oh, but that almost got to take a KO.
Almost, though, not quite just yet. Getting the reflector off that Z-drop to force it back in, disrupt that metal blade descent. So HoldMyPockets still trying to scramble out of dodge, and all of a sudden FalcoJoe has reeled this one right back into the realm of possibility.
Okay, here we go. I mean, look, it's still very close. I mean, we're seeing he's starting to learn the matchup a little more, but able to get caught with not getting the reflector right there on the forward smash. And game one gonna go to HoldMyPockets. And yeah, that was a pretty interesting game right there. I mean, the lead was pretty much always on HoldMyPockets' side, but FalcoJoe did what he could to keep it competitive. It's just that he had a really hard time getting in, right?
Yeah, just did a really good job locking that one down when push came to shove, but still got pushed almost to his limits. And even though he managed to hold on to victory, HoldMyPockets has got a lot of work to do yet to lock this set down. We saw the adjustments in real time from FalcoJoe, and continuing on that pace might just mean a lead to open up this game too.
Yeah, HoldMyPockets got combos though. Hold on, he's got it cooking right now. I mean, looking very good so far, but I mean, FalcoJoe still has the opportunity to get some stuff done, able to get out of that situation quick. So good on him, you know, with the very solid disadvantage staying able to get some combos off. Here we go, though. We got some more combos coming out. I mean, when FalcoJoe is able to get in, I mean, it's just been a question of like if, but when he does, it's like he's really able to get these efficient combos with the up tilt. I mean, Falco's got these very solid confirms, so we know what he's capable of.
We're seeing some of the more non-traditional ones too. Definitely leaning on down air a lot more than in other Falcos we're used to seeing. Kind of honestly approaching this character in a way that reminds you a lot of the pillar combos from Melee days of yore, right? Just really lining up down air into tech chase, into reset, into continuation, but still gonna get pushed off the side and locked down by a blade all the same. Decades apart, HoldMyPockets gonna find that flame air and the stock, but losing one in turn DI check, not how you want to go out.
Yeah, the DI check, the classic there from Falco. I mean, like, FalcoJoe able to get a very nice stock right there and keep it very competitive. I was gonna say with those, oh wow, he's actually, again, FalcoJoe also got combos too, man. This is a very nice showcasing of ability so far on both sides. I was gonna say that the way he uses down there kind of reminds me of Larry Lurr a little bit. You know what I mean? I know Larry Lurr.
No, I like that comparison a lot, actually. Definitely, he plays a lot more of a, you know, space, right? Trying to, I don't want to say bubble, but controls the space directly around him with that down air. Kind of makes you second guess before dashing in on him, and then looks for these lasers into an efficient edge guard a lot more than the combos we're used to seeing from players like Kobe.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the first time this entire set FalcoJoe has had a substantial lead, and I mean, we're seeing this 40% lead come as a result of him finally figuring out that mid-range game, really using the reflectors well, but also just, you know, just maneuvering around these attacks to where he's, I mean, look at that, perfectly spaced back air.
Yeah, and doing it too, just like catching you on the timing mix of off the shore, off the wall jump past ledge too. FalcoJoe is starting to heat up right now, and the tech. I love the idea of the spring dog there from HoldMyPockets to catch out that up special, catch FalcoJoe slipping, but just wasn't able to lock it down. And when you set up a trap like that, to then not be able to convert off of it anyways is just such a huge mental boon.
Yeah, for sure. You want to make sure you're on your A game when it comes to those different traps, but HoldMyPockets still playing patiently, getting these leaf shields off, looking to try and secure the KO with a flame sword. I mean, that flame sword, huge KO option, right? And also the back air as well, so definitely have a lot of capabilities of bringing us back to an even situation, but gotta do it fast.
You still have every opportunity to do so. As if you mentioned, Casey, you can find that quick stock, but you have to do so and quick. You're running out of opportunities here because Falco is very capable of racking up damage. Even though FalcoJoe is going to play more interactions, which allows you opportunities to find things like that reaction up smash to close out the stock, you still have to find a way to actually get those explosive damage openings that you were consistently finding in game number 1.
Yeah, and I like the way HoldMyPockets has been using the up smash out of shield. Not really a traditional option you see from Mega Man players, but given the specific matchup and the specific options FalcoJoe has been doing, it's been a very effective punish and was able to secure that stock. So I like seeing the mix-ups from HoldMyPockets. Still, though, I mean, big lead here for FalcoJoe.
Hold on.
He's going to get a big backer right there.
Gonna pop you up, but not send you out. Now the Crash Bomber just gonna put you caught in shield, allow that back throw to reset the situation at ledge, and this is what we've been looking for from HoldMyPockets, right? Just one big advantage so you can lock down that damage. Now you've had to reset to neutral, but you're one away from this game being right back to even.
Yeah, I know. It's just tough, right? Because I like the patience that HoldMyPockets has, but there has to be at least a little bit of a sense of urgency, right? I mean,
I don't necessarily think that, like, we're right with 2.5 minutes left.
Oh, there's obviously not a rush, but
I was gonna say I agree that, like, you have one in theory, but you have such better tools than Falco, right? Falco's slow. Yes, he's got laser. Yes, he's got reflector, but he can't really move all that well. Mega Man with pellet, with his big disjointed arrow, is so good at controlling space just like that.
Wow.
Right? And even the moves you don't see as much in Ultimate, like that down smash, are some of the best two-frame options in the game. You just lock down your field of control so incredibly well, and so you're able to chip that damage away little by little to reel it right back in.
Yeah, and HoldMyPockets gonna clutch that out and take that set 2-0. I mean, very solid game 1, but game 2 is very close. Honestly, this is a very entertaining set. You know what I mean? This is one of those sets that you love to watch. You know what I mean? These two players just straight going at it. We've seen all the nuances of this matchup, and yeah. Right here during this game 1, I mean, we saw FalcoJoe make it close, but at the end of the day, as you see here, Ritual, like, the stage control was so much in HoldMyPockets' favor, right?
And just, again, watch just the positioning that we saw HoldMyPockets take time and time again. Right, FalcoJoe really pushing some of these reads, some of these extensions, but when you swing for those and you're not right, like with that illusion, it gives a huge opportunity to punish. And HoldMyPockets just played that classic defensive Mega Man style, right? You will just chip away damage with pellets, you chip away, you force a mistake, and then when they give you that inch, you take as much mileage as you possibly can. That's why we're going to see, despite the adjustments, FalcoJoe go down to HoldMyPockets there, 2-0. HoldMyPockets now moving on in bracket to fight none other than WebJP.
That'll be a pretty interesting set. I'm interested in seeing how that potentially could go, but